Hello everyone, Hendrik here from To Learn channel, and in this video we will try to learn about Unity Assets Bundle system. So, in the previous video, we have discussed about Unity Assets Bundle, how to use it, how to build it, and how to apply it to your games. And in this time, we will discuss it in more detailed topic. We will talk about Asset Bundle Dependency and how to label your assets and build it in the right way. Oh, by the way, this is my new blog. The address is hendrikstripe.blogspot.com. And here I will share my tutorial for you guys for free. This blog is dedicated for game developer and whoever that interested in game industry. But my portfolio is still in the old address. Alright, so let's get started. So for this tutorial, I've made some scenario for our project. In the first scenario, we will build our assets bundle named prefab, where this bundle will contain some prefab, which is cube prefab and cylinder prefab. Let's make this cube prefab and cylinder prefab first, and I will tell you what will happen. I have opened my Unity, and this is an empty project, so let's start. First, let's make some primitive models, which is 3D cube and a 3D cylinder. I will change the size so it fits the cube. Set the Y position to 0 and Z position in the 0, just like this. And let's remove the capsule collider component in here because we don't even need it. Alright, here it is. This is the model stock we will use to fill the assets bundle. Rather than making a solid 3D models that has nothing except a white colored face, let's add a materials and a texture into it, because that is what we will discuss about how a prefab of an assets bundle depends on other assets like materials and texture. So let's import some textures. I've created some texture here. Let's make a folder first. Create folder. Let's name this folder as prefab, and the second folder is right click, create folder, name it script, and the next folder will be materials. I think it will be better if we use uppercase in the first character. Make sure you name your folder with an organized name so you can find them easily. And the next folder will be, let's call it textures. This is where we will store our textures file. Let's import our textures. Select all of these textures and drag it into Unity. I make this texture using Awesome Boom, a free open source software for generating normal map and textures. Alright, let's change this texture type into normal and then apply. And then let's create some materials. Right click on the materials folder, create new material. Let's call this materials. And here, let's apply all of our textures. Fill the albedo with the diffuse map and the normal map with the normal map, and so on. Oh, we will be using specular workflow, so make sure you use standard specular shader. And then input the specular map into the specular slots, height map into height slots, and the occlusion map into the occlusion. And done. Now we can drag and drop the materials into our models that hang on the scan. And boom, done. Our materials has been applied into the models. It really looks good. And now let's make some script. Make a new C# script. I will just call it create assets bundle, and then we need to create a new folder named editor, because this create assets bundle script will be an editor script which will not be included into the game build. And to prevent error while building, you need to store your editor script in the editors folder. And let's edit this script. I'm using Visual Studio as the script editor. Alright, this is it. We are not gonna need this void star and the void update, so just delete it. And we also don't need our class to be inherit from mono behavior, so just remove it. And we are not gonna need this namespace to be included into our script, so just remove it and replace it with using Unity editor, because this is an editor script. Now let's create some method here, a method that will build all the assets bundle available in our projects. Let's name it BuildAll. And how to build assets bundle, just like in the previous video, we will be using BuildPipeline. Dot build assets bundle with S, and the output path will be assets bundle. And don't forget to add a static keyword to this point, because we need to call them without making an instance. And then add this line, a menu item. Let's make this method available in the menu bar, assets/assets bundle. Alright, boom, done. Save it. When we go back into Unity, a new menu will be added into the menu bar, precisely in the menu assets, and build assets bundle. And this little menu will build all the assets bundle available in our project. Now let's create a new script in the script folder. Right click, create new C# script. Let's name it bundle loader, and that's pretty make sense names. Double click on it to open and hit reload all. And we are not gonna need this void update, so I'll just remove it. In this void star, change it into enumerator start. And then before we go deeply into the bundle download process, we're gonna need some variable, where this variable will be the URL of the assets bundle file. So let's create public string, and then in the enumerator start, we can now begin to download our assets bundle through the www class. So we create a new www object, name it www with lowercase equal to new www, and fill the URL with the bundle URL. And then after that, we will be doing some waiting for our bundle to be downloaded. And to do that, we use yield return www. That's why we need this enumerator, because we need this keyword yield return, which only work inside the enumerator. Okay, after that, let's do some checking whether there's an error or not. If www.error, if there's an error, then we throw a new exception. And we print a message, there's an error, plus www.error. Oops, wait a second. In this line, in the line 12, we got an error saying that cannot implicitly convert type string to bool. It means we cannot convert boolean, so we need to use some operator. So this means if the error is exists, so we throw a new exception. And if there's no error, we fetch or get the assets bundle file that we've just downloaded with the www class. We input it into a variable. Let's create a new variable, type assets bundle, and name the variable as bundle. And then bundle is equal to www.assetsbundle. Okay, after that, what we're gonna need is to instantiate or spawn an object that available in the assets bundle that we've just downloaded. So let's create a new public void, instantiate, and we are gonna need a parameter name assets name, or the name of the assets that will be instantiated. And what we're gonna do here is to check if the parameter is empty or not. If it's true, then we spawn our main assets. Else than that, we instantiate a prefab with a given name. Oh, I think this too bad that we name this void as instantiate, because I'm afraid there will be a conflict. So let's just rename this into spawn. And after that, we're gonna instantiate bundle.loadAssets, name assets name. Yeah, that's how it's done. Now let's go back into Unity and let's make a scene. Let's set up our scene. I will position my camera here so we can display our prefab. And then Let's make some UI. We make a button. And then let's create a new game object. We name it manager and add the bundle loader script into it. So in this button, when they click, they will call a method named spawn in the script bundle loader or from the game object game manager. So let's select both cube and the cylinder object, and in the on-click event, hit the plus icon and input the manager into this slot. Select the function bundle loader.spawn and then select one by one the cube and the cylinder object. In this one, we enter cube with uppercase in the first character, and in this one we input cylinder. Alright, it's done. After that, let's build the assets bundle. Just drag and drop this cube and the cylinder into the project view, precisely into the prefab folder. After that, you now allowed to delete this object in the scene. I'm sorry about my voice because I'm a bit flu. Now let's tag them into assets bundle. According into our scenario, then we name this bundle as prefab. And in this prefab will contain a cube and a cylinder. Alright, after that, when we click on build assets bundle to build our assets, obviously we got an error message in the console telling us that the build path is not found because we need to manually create our assets bundle folder. So let's make it. Right click on the project view and select show in Explorer, and then navigate to your root project folder and then create a new folder named assets bundle. And then when we go back to Unity and try to rebuild, the build process will be stopped. When we check into our assets bundle folder, 4 new files will be created. Now if you look into the manifest file, right click on it and edit. Here you will find the content that available in the assets bundle. There are 2 content, a cube prefab and a cylinder prefab. They only contain 2 files, but actually there are more than just that file. There are additional content that not shown in this list, which their dependency assets. So what does actually cube need? I mean, like, what it's depend on. Remember, the cube prefab has also a material attached on it. So the material that referenced in the mesh renderer, they will also be included into the assets bundle along with the texture that assigned to it. They will also be included into the bundle. Let's save our scene and let's test it. Hit play, and whoa, what just happened? there's an error because we forgot to input the URL of our assets bundle file. Let's navigate to our assets bundle file and then copy the complete path of the folders, and then open your web browser and then copy the URL of this file, right click on it, select copy link, and then go back into Unity, input the URL that we've just copied into the bundle URL, and then we play our game again. The script bundle loader will automatically begin to download the assets bundle. Hit play and hang on a second, wait for the bundle finish download, and then let's spawn our cube. Hit spawn, so the cube will be spawned. And what about the cylinder? The cylinder will also spawn. So that's how assets bundle include any assets that used by this project. But this is not enough to prove that the materials and the textures files include into the bundle. Then let's prove it in the another project. First, let's create a new Unity project, an empty project which don't have any assets file that available in the bundle. Open new Unity and hit new project. Let's name it bundle loader. This is it. Make a new folder. I'm gonna name it script. Then set up your project just like before. Copy the script bundle loader into this project. That's it. Let's set up our scene. Position your camera just like before. And just like before, we need to create a manager object and set up a UI element. And don't forget to input your bundle URL into the bundle loader component. And then we create the UI. Okay, I have set up my scene just like in the previous project. Let's save our scene first. And now, let's test this game. And remember that we don't have any assets file that available in the assets bundle project or in the previous project. Hit play and hit spawn cube. Boom, done. Our cube will be spawned into the scene. And what about the cylinder? So the cylinder also be spawned, and the important thing is the materials and the texture is applied into it. If we look here, then we found our materials, but actually they are not available in our project folders. So that's what will happen when you build an assets bundle that has a dependency into another project, into another assets I mean. Like in this case, this cube object must have materials and textures, and in this scenario, this will include materials and the textures. This scenario will cause of the materials and the textures include into the assets bundle. Okay, so that's how it's done, that's how it works, and there are still 2 more scenarios which we will practice in the next videos. So stay tuned, hit like if you love this video, leave a comment below if you have any question, and subscribe if you want more videos like this, and share this video if you found it useful. And bye bye! See you on the next video!